There's a seed sitting in the spice aisle of every grocery store in America. It costs less than $6 per pound. You can buy a lifetime supply for the price of one bottle of testosterone booster pills. In a 12-week clinical trial, men who took 500 milligrams of this seed daily saw free testosterone increase by up to 46%. 90% of participants responded. The study was randomized. It was double-blind. It was placebo-controlled. It was published in peer-reviewed literature. The global testosterone booster supplement industry is worth $3.8 billion, projected to reach $10 billion by 2035. Testosterone replacement therapy is a separate $2 billion pharmaceutical market. Together, they sell the idea that male hormonal health requires expensive intervention. And a seed that has been used for exactly this purpose for 3,500 years sits on a shelf between the cumin and the coriander, unmarketed, unpatented, available to anyone with $1 and a glass of water. This is fenugreek, the seed they cannot afford for you to know about, and the story of how the most documented testosterone-supporting plant in human history ended up forgotten in the spice aisle is a story about what happens when a medicine cannot be owned. The archive opens in ancient Egypt, approximately 1550 BCE. Inside the Ebers papyrus, one of the oldest medical documents ever discovered, scribes record a seed used in embalming, in medicine, and in sacred ritual. The seed is fenugreek, Trichinella funum graecum. The Latin name tells the first chapter of its story. Funum graecum, Greek hay. The Romans named it after the Greeks, who fed it to cattle and to soldiers. Roman legions carried it across every conquered territory, not as a spice, as medicine, as fuel for men who marched 20 miles a day in armor and fought at the end of it. But the Romans were late to the knowledge. In India, fenugreek had already been documented in Ayurvedic medicine for centuries. The Karaka Samhita, written approximately 300 BCE, prescribed it for digestive disorders, for fever, for weakness, and for a condition they described as loss of vital energy in men. Ayurvedic physicians understood something about this seed that Western medicine would not confirm for 2,300 years. It was not just nutrition, it was hormonal. Across the Islamic world, fenugreek held a status that bordered on sacred. A hadith attributed to the Prophet Muhammad states, "If my community knew all that fenugreek contains, everyone would buy it by the weight of gold." Whether the attribution is authenticated or not, the medical tradition that followed took the message seriously. Ibn Sina, the Persian physician whose canon of medicine shaped European medical schools for 500 years, prescribed fenugreek for weakness, for wasting, and for conditions of diminished masculine vigor. In China, traditional medicine classified it as a kidney yang tonic. In the framework of Chinese medicine, kidney yang governs reproductive energy, bone strength, and hormonal vitality. Fenugreek was prescribed to men experiencing fatigue, low drive, and declining physical power. 4 civilizations, 4 independent medical traditions. The same seed, the same application. Strength, vitality, masculine energy, documented across 3,500 years before a single clinical trial was ever conducted. Now, here's what happened when someone finally tested it. In 2011, a study published in Phytotherapy Research conducted a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial on 60 healthy men aged 25 to 52. The men took 600 milligrams of a standardized fenugreek seed extract daily for 6 weeks. The results were significant. Both total testosterone and free testosterone increased compared to placebo. Sexual function scores improved. Energy levels rose. Researchers concluded that fenugreek extract had a significant influence on male hormonal profiles. In a separate 12-week trial, 50 men supplemented with 500 milligrams of fenugreek extract containing concentrated protodiosine. Testosterone levels increased by up to 46% in 90% of participants. Not a marginal change, not a statistical footnote. A measurable, replicable hormonal response from a plant extract. A 2020 systematic review published in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition examined the full body of evidence. It found that fenugreek seed extracts had the strongest positive signal for testosterone elevation of any herbal intervention studied. Stronger than tribulus, stronger than maca, comparable to ashwagandha, but with a broader evidence base and a longer history of human use. An 8-week study on resistance-trained men using 500 milligrams daily showed increased free testosterone and improved bench press strength. A 2024 randomized double-blind trial published in PLOS1 confirmed positive effects on both plasma and salivary testosterone. The mechanism is not a mystery. Fenugreek contains furostenolic saponins, specifically protodiosine and diosgenin. These compounds inhibit 2 enzymes. The first is aromatase, which converts testosterone into estrogen. The second is 5-alpha reductase, which converts testosterone into dihydrotestosterone. By slowing both pathways, fenugreek does not create new testosterone. It prevents the testosterone your body already produces from being metabolized away. That is not folk medicine, that is endocrinology, published in peer-reviewed journals, replicated across multiple trials, confirmed at the molecular level. And the seed that does this costs less than $6 per pound. Now here's where the story turns. The global testosterone booster supplement market was valued at $3.8 billion in 2024. It is projected to exceed $10 billion by 2035. The testosterone replacement therapy market adds another $2 billion. Together, these industries serve approximately 11 million men in the United States alone who were prescribed TRT drugs in 2024, up from 7.3 million in 2019. The supplement side of this market is built on proprietary blends, capsules containing 15 to 20 ingredients in undisclosed ratios, brand names trademarked, formulas patented, monthly subscriptions at $40 to $80 per bottle, influencer marketing campaigns, before and after photos, aggressive claims protected by the supplement industry's self-regulation framework. Many of these products contain fenugreek. They just do not tell you. A patented fenugreek extract called Testofen appears inside dozens of branded testosterone supplements. The companies purchase the extract. They combine it with zinc, vitamin D, ashwagandha, and a proprietary blend label. They mark it up 2,000% and sell it as a breakthrough formula. The active ingredient that clinical trials actually validated is fenugreek saponins. The same compounds present in the whole seed sitting in the spice aisle. The same seed you can buy for $1 per ounce in any Indian grocery store in America. The supplement industry did not discover fenugreek. It repackaged it. It hid it inside capsules, behind trademarks, underneath marketing budgets measured in millions. Because a customer who buys fenugreek seeds in bulk for $6 a pound is a customer who never buys a $60 testosterone supplement again, and that is the one outcome a $3.8 billion industry cannot tolerate. But fenugreek does more than support testosterone. A 2023 systematic review and meta-analysis published in the journal Nutrients examined the effects of fenugreek supplementation on metabolic health in patients with type 2 diabetes. The results showed significant reductions in fasting blood glucose, triglycerides, waist circumference, and systolic blood pressure, with significant increases in HDL cholesterol. A separate meta-analysis confirmed that fenugreek supplementation meaningfully reduced fasting plasma glucose and improved insulin sensitivity. The galactomannan fiber in fenugreek seeds slows carbohydrate absorption in the gut. The 4-hydroxyisoleucine stimulates insulin secretion from pancreatic beta cells. A single seed. Testosterone support, blood sugar regulation, cholesterol management, insulin sensitivity, anti-inflammatory activity, each benefit documented in separate peer-reviewed studies, each one threatening a different pharmaceutical category worth billions. The diabetes drug market alone exceeds $80 billion annually. The cholesterol-lowering statin market generates $16 billion per year. Testosterone replacement therapy adds another $2 billion. Fenugreek sits across all three markets, and it costs $6 per pound. You can begin to understand why no pharmaceutical company has ever funded a large-scale clinical trial. One honest note before the close. Fenugreek is not a miracle. The 46% free testosterone increase was observed in a specific extract at a specific dose in a controlled trial. Whole seeds contain the same compounds but at lower concentrations. Results vary between individuals, between preparations, and between dosages. The most common side effect is mild gastrointestinal discomfort, bloating, gas, diarrhea at high doses. Fenugreek can lower blood sugar, which means diabetics on medication should consult a physician before adding it. It can cause allergic reactions in people sensitive to legumes, particularly those with peanut allergies, due to cross-reactivity. It is not recommended during pregnancy. The National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health at the NIH lists fenugreek as generally safe at food-level doses, but advises caution with concentrated supplements at high doses. The traditional dose, the one used across 3,500 years of Ayurvedic, Chinese, and Islamic medicine, was moderate. 1 to 2 teaspoons of seeds per day, soaked overnight in water, consumed in the morning, or ground into food, or brewed as tea. That is not a megadose. That is a kitchen spice used as the ancient world intended. Here's what you can do right now. Buy fenugreek seeds, whole, raw, organic. Available at any Indian grocery store, any bulk spice shop, or online. 1 pound costs $4 to $6. That is a 3 to 6 month supply at traditional doses. Soak 1 to 2 teaspoons overnight in a glass of water. Drink the water and eat the softened seeds in the morning, or dry roast the seeds lightly and grind them into a powder. Add to smoothies, oatmeal, curries, or tea. If you prefer a concentrated extract, look for products standardized to furostenolic saponins or protodiosine. Doses of 500 to 600 milligrams daily are consistent with the clinical literature. Avoid proprietary blends that do not disclose fenugreek content. Do not expect overnight results. The clinical trials ran 8 to 12 weeks. Hormonal adaptation takes time. Be consistent. And here's the part they do not want you to calculate. A single $6 bag of fenugreek seeds lasts months. A subscription testosterone booster costs $40 to $80 per month. Over 1 year, the supplement costs $480 to $960. The seeds cost $12 to $24. The same active compound, the same mechanism, the same clinical evidence. One version is wrapped in a trademark. The other is sitting in a bulk bin with a handwritten label, 3,500 years. That is how long this seed has been used for exactly what the supplement industry now charges $60 a bottle to promise. Egyptian physicians embalmed pharaohs with it. Greek soldiers carried it into battle. Roman legions marched on it. Indian Ayurvedic masters prescribed it for declining male vitality. Islamic scholars said it was worth its weight in gold. Chinese physicians classified it as a kidney yang tonic that governed masculine energy. 4 continents, 4 millennia, the same seed, the same purpose. Then a supplement industry figured out that you would pay $60 a month for what your great-grandmother bought for pennies at the market. Not because the seed stopped working, because they learned to sell it back to you inside a capsule with a trademark and a monthly subscription. The seed is still here. It still costs $1 an ounce. It still grows in India, in Egypt, in Morocco, in Ethiopia, in every warm climate where humans have cultivated food for thousands of years. It does not require a prescription. It does not require a brand name. It does not require permission. It just requires you to know it exists. And now you do. If this vault opens something for you, subscribe and hit the bell. Every like and every share preserves what they tried to erase. The next vault opens soon.